Yo, what is going on, you beautiful people? Zach here. I'm back with another how-to video where I kind of talk about the songs on my brand new album 20, which you can go check out anywhere. I'll try not to say that every single video. Today we're going to be talking about Rooming with the Devil. Surprisingly, it's actually one of my least favorite songs on the album, just maybe because I wrote it a long time ago and I feel like I've learned a lot since. People seem to like it, so I thought that we would jump right into this one. It seems complex if you've heard it, but it's really not that complex. So let's dive right in. So like I said, this is kind of more beginner for me because I relied a lot on Splice. And I know a lot of producers use Splice, and I 100 recommend using Splice. I think it's awesome. If you don't know what Splice is, basically you pay a monthly fee and you have you can go and buy with your credits that you're paying for with real money, but they're like in website currency. You can go and buy any type of sound. Like literally, if you think of any type of sound, Splice has it. I think they've got millions of sounds, and like when a producer discovers Splice, it's the best. It's like Christmas, literally. So it's like if you're looking for a sound, 100% Splice has it. Yeah, you can, the more you pay, the more credits you get monthly, but I don't use that many credits, so I probably have the cheapest one, but it's still more than enough. Like I think it's like 100 credits and each sound is a credit. So this was when I started using Splice a lot, but I wasn't really manipulating those sounds like I know I should as a producer. But at the same time, really, if the sounds on their own, they're so nice, and like you can make really great songs with them. I usually look at Splice for like drum kits and like just kicks or snares or hi-hats or something unique that I wouldn't be able to make on my own here in the studio. But for this one, I definitely used I used a drum loop, and I think I may have one or two other things in here, but it's mostly drums. Yeah, this song starts off with a little synth. I'll play it here. Right, so that's kind of like the verse progression, if you will, and that is basically made up of just. I honestly don't even remember what all of this is because it was so long ago. Just Isotope Iris 2, Fairy Tale. I don't really think I did much manipulation to that. It just sounded good on its own. And then this is just kind of another layer, and then together they sound like that. I don't know what this EQ is. Oh, that's probably for the synths. But then everything else kind of comes in. We've got the synth, this bass, and this bass is basically all I do is I just take my guitar, and then I play a line, and then I just drop it down the octave, and it makes it sound like a bass. And I mean, that sounds pretty bassy to me. On top of that, we have another little funky guitar. So yeah, I recorded all of this. I just wanted to show that I can play a little bit of guitar, but I am by no means like a good guitarist. But like, you can make a sound no matter how good you are at guitar. And then the drum. Actually, you know what? I'll go here first. This is just like another little palm mute little thing for like texture. Bring our synths back in, the synth, and then these are both loops from Splice. So the lyrics, me singing, that's always fun. And I'm using audio just from my phone this time because last time I was hooked up to the mic, and when I went to go show what I did for my vocal chain, it totally messed everything up. So that was a fun experience. But this is basically the same exact, yeah, it's basically the same exact vocal chain I used for 20, and that goes for a lot of the songs on the album. I think there are a couple that are different, and it just really goes to show like that you can use the same vocal chain, but it really all depends on the style, the genre of music. You could have two completely different songs there where they need completely different vocal chains. So just keep that in mind. Just kind of going off of what I said last video, where like there's no one size fits all. But
Wednesday morning, bought you some roses. Thursday comes, you got rid of those. Is there something I'm missing?
Also, my guy Chris, who I mentioned last time, helps me. He helps me with some of the EQ and mixing here with the guitar and the vocals to make the vocals pop a little bit more. So thank you, Chris.
Let me know.
There's a lot I could not have done without you.
Friday found you talking to
Anyway, we get to this this bridge.
Cause you sure seem like a ray of sunshine, drying all the rain. I could use a little, just a little bit of sunshine. And when so
that was a really fun bass line. It was hard, but I just needed a little progression change because I don't experiment enough with progressions. Usually, if I'm being lazy or something, or just not motivated, I'll literally just go through the entire song with the same progression. I hope people can relate, but my biggest goal is to just try to change the sections of the song. I want to make each section of the song, the verse, the pre-chorus, the chorus, the second verse, the bridge, or whatever I use, the outro. I want it all to be different from each other, but still able to like link with each other, if that makes any sense. I don't want it all to sound like the same exact thing, because I've definitely had lots of like scenarios where I've literally just had a loop that I've gotten off of Splice, and I literally just put it through the entire song, and that's the song. And then I just like, whatever's the different section of the song depends on like what instrumentation there is under that one loop. And it's like, oh, I can't believe you were doing that. I feel like I could have experimented a lot more. So this is kind of me trying to experiment with that and changing the progression. So let me see.
Yeah.
A little I don't know. That was kind of an accident and like an impulse thing I just said, because I felt like there needed to be a there.
Yeah.
I almost took it out, but I was like, you know what the hell. So coming into the chorus.
Yeah. Cause you're and I know that I'm no natural, but girl, you're just
Funny thing about this is that over the summer I worked at a golf course. I worked in like the pro shop, so I'd help people book like tee times, and I'd help sell golf clubs, equipment, and all this fun stuff. And I think it was like in July or something. One of those days, it was pretty quiet there. And I just had this melody going on in my head, and I was like, and it's obviously during COVID, like we only allow one guest in at a time to go do their check-in times or whatever. We're all wearing masks, all being super safe. So the only people that were really allowed in there was one guest, me, and my two bosses that ran the golf course. Incredible people, by the way. They knew I was a musician because they knew me since I was a little baby. And I was just like embarrassed because like, oh, I have this really, really great idea and I don't want to forget it like when I'm still working, because I have like 4 more hours or whatever until I get home. So when it was quiet and I wasn't working with anyone and they were like gone away or somewhere, I like ducked under the desk and I just kind of like recorded this melody. I think I have it on my phone, which I'm recording right now, but I'll see if I can, you might be listening to it like right now.
Cause you're roaming with the devil, roaming with the devil, and I know I'm not a natural, but girl, you're just asking for trouble.
Yeah, that was me just like trying not to forget that melody, and I surprisingly ended up using it. So it's a little bit different too, but so that's the chorus. Basically what I did there is have the lead vocal, and then you have like this fun stuff. So it's kind of like a back and forth Marco Polo type Marco Polo. You know what I mean. It's like back and forth with the vocals.
Cut me open, salted the
This
wound,
is
found
basically the same
myself
instrumentation
looking at
as
you,
the
working
first verse.
any other man around.
Different words, obviously.
Someone calls you up and you come
Same
asking
thing.
for, 'cause you're
And we're back to the chorus again. See, we're going through this really fast. It's basically the same thing here. Actually, I didn't show you. There are little layers in here. I should probably go over those. Just like a little piano. That was fun. I did all my piano just through MIDI. I have a keyboard right here. You can't see it, but I promise there's a keyboard there. And then I honestly, in the past, I've worked a lot with strings, and there's still a lot of strings on the album, obviously, but I wanted to kind of incorporate brass a little bit more, and I honestly really like it, like specifically trumpets. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. So I think definitely in the future, I'll definitely add more brass, but this is just a fun little trumpet line. I doubled it on the octave just to make it sound a little more full. So that's that. What's this? It's been a while. Oh, this is just that same synth. So that's the instrumentation for the chorus, really, and that's the two drum loops that we know from the beginning. And then it all comes back. So what I do here, which kind of foreshadows the bridge, but I was really dumb and I didn't really even need to put it in there because you can't hear it. It's this little thing.
Oh, you rooming with the devil, yeah, you rooming with the, you rooming with the devil, yeah, you rooming with the.
All right, watch your ears. I'm turning it all back up. You can barely hear it, but it's there. So it's a foreshadowing. If you could catch that, like, props to you. We go back into that chorus line, and then we just jump to that whole bridge. And all I'm doing here is just kind of building up a chord. Minor third on top. Adding that third one. And then you might think I'd go back to the, but we go to the. I don't know enough about theory. And then big old Jordan Fisher. There. Well, I'm very happy I was able to get that on one of the first takes, because my voice would have been ruined. It is a fun song. I know I say it's one of my least favorites, but I do. It's a good song. And then we're just kind of back to that breakdown instrumentation. You got the harmonies down here. I'll just let it play out. That's it. That is Rooming with the Devil. It's a fun one. It's definitely a different type of genre for me, but I wanted to stretch my my genres, I guess, and I wanted to like kind of go outside the box and see. There's a lot of different like themes and genres on this album, and I was just kind of experimenting, exercising what I could do production wise and musicality wise. So that is the second one. Let me know what song you want to hear next. I'm definitely not going to do all of them, but I will do the ones that you're interested in, and some of my favorites as well. So I don't know when the next one will be up. Hopefully it'll be soon. I'm going back to college in a couple weeks, so there might be a setting change, and you might see my guys Jack and Cliff back around. So that'll be fun, and we'll get some more music out. So other than that, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
'Cause you're, and I know that I'm no natural, but girl, you're just asking for trouble.